truth. So, there's Wild's letter reading music. Do you think he's watching from Hawaii?
No.
I bet he is.
It might be, but if he's at like the pool bar,
It might just be on. Exactly right.
That'd be nice.
So if so, K-Dub, it's for you. Dear Nick.
Wow.
Interesting.
They writing Nick.
I noticed Wilds has been out all week. I love Lil Wayne, Greg, and Coach all pulling the extra weight, but I was curious where is Wilds and when he will be coming back. Thanks, of course, Ryan and Brian. Well, as we mentioned, Kevin Wilds on a much-deserved vacation to Hawaii with his wife and 2 wonderful children. There's a live picture of K-Dub, Brew. That's not really.
I'll be down there soon.
It's not really beach attire. That's your.
That looks
that's your
uncomfortable,
wearing.
Brew.
All right, time now for the most motivational segment in all of sports, the Bud List.
As I said, Paul George almost landed on here. Obviously, he needs some motivation. And the Milwaukee Bucks, y'all didn't say about it. I won't go that far, KD. But what I would, you're not NBA dead.
Yeah.
But there's no expectation. Like, you're an all-time great. Some say top 10, or, even though there's 15 people in that group. But people are like, KD is great. Look at his numbers. And nobody expects a thing as far as winning. Like, not many people are in this position. But KD, I expect more from you. I think you're better than this. So all I'm asking, it's not a ton. Just get the Phoenix Suns. You got Devin Booker, who's great. You got Bradley Beal, who's not bad. You got some decent role players, Royce O'Neal, Tyus Jones. Just get in the play-in. I'm not even asking for the playoffs. Just get into the play-in, okay? If you do that, no one can call you NBA dead. And then here's what I think happens. You get traded in the offseason. Hopefully, my desire is Dallas. I hope you end up in Dallas with Kyrie and Anthony Davis. It'd be great for the league. You might even win a championship without Steph. So KD, just make the play-in this year and then move on in the offseason. I believe.
Brew, what about a different Texas team? The Rockets.
You like the Rockets.
I think the Rockets have the pieces.
Mix.
He could, I think it'd
Keep
be
it
good.
young.
I'm leaning toward keeping it young.
Okay,
But,
all right.
All right, at number 1, I just mentioned one of Coach's favorite people in Rob Parker. This is not one of his most famous people in Luka Doncic. Coach really don't think he can ball. Why else would he get traded at 25?
I said there's probably a reason.
Yeah, I mean, look, Luka, I am not overreacting to your slow start with the Lakers. But here's the thing. Even though you've been a superstar, most people, and Nick talked about watching most of your games, most people don't watch most of your games. Even though you've been on a great team, you've been a great player, most people they pay attention more in the playoffs or every now and then they see you in a big game. But now, because you got traded kind of unceremoniously, not kind of, definitely, because you went to the Lakers, the glamour franchise of the league, because you're playing with LeBron James, the face of the league, now everybody's watching every play. And so you've seen it. They're picking out your negatives. You've had bad games before, but now those games are highlighted, those bad shooting nights, those turnovers, that ball dominance, all of that is highlighted. So what I'm saying to you is you do have to step it up. You are a generational talent, no question about that, but you're going to have to be better than ever because you're playing with LeBron, because everybody's watching you more closely. So the defense, the ball movement, I mean, he just stands there when he don't have the ball, just standing there. Got to do a little bit more than that. And here's the thing, and Nick or Greg may have referred to it earlier. Don't defer to LeBron. And LeBron is saying to you, be yourself and don't defer, but he's not just going to defer to you. That's just not LeBron. He's not going to defer to you. You got to take it. You have to take ownership of this team. LeBron will respect that. He wanted Anthony Davis to do it. Anthony Davis never did it. You have to just take it and make it your team. And again, LeBron will respect that, but that's a challenge when you got a legend right there. But that's what you have to do to really make this thing work. Luka, Coach may not, but I believe in him.
What you're saying is Luke has to do the Lakers what Kevin Wildes did to this show. Just show up and just be like, I'm the leader. Hey, we're going to do things a different way. Just go do it. And so, you know what? It worked for us. It worked for them.
I don't know if Luka was depressed or not, but he should be depressed after watching that B-roll.
Oh, that was
my God.
That was a bad game last night.
Oh, that was all one game? Oh, my God. I thought that was a season worth of highlights. I didn't realize that was just the game. Whew. I might need a Zoloft after that. All right, so I thought the Giants had a bad offseason.
I'm going to add Dan Campbell to the Bucks. And Dan, I trust you, man. And Dan Campbell.
Sports media ombudsman. We look over the sports landscape and add it to the Bud list. Quick story. Because, Brew, I know you're a Domino's guy. Not the pizza place, nothing against them, but the Domino's player. So I, a couple years back, hosted a party, invited a colleague, like, hey, we're all playing Domino's, having a big Domino's party. You should come. I said, can't wait, I'll be there. Shows up. We're all having a great time. He walks in, he's like, don't you guys know this is a dumb game? Smart people play Settlers of Catan or chess. This is for morons. I'm like, well, then why'd you come to the party? And you might say, Nick, that's ridiculous. That definitely didn't happen. You're correct. It didn't happen. However, that is essentially what the All-Star Game pregame show was. Bunch of folks who didn't have to show up, showed up to then tell us how much it sucked. And I'm here to tell you, that's what your podcast is for, my friend. That's what, do not, can you imagine if Fox's Major League Baseball's coverage was the way NBA coverage is? If Poppy, Jeter, and A-Rod were like, you know what? You know when baseball was good? When we played? You know when it's bad? Tonight in the game you're about to see? But that's what we have with the NBA right now. On the biggest, most marquee events, we have the people right before the game telling us these teams stink and the game's no good anymore. Then right after the game saying that was a bad game. And now we have active players like Draymond Green joining in for a celebration of the evening. Everyone's allowed to have whatever opinion they want. But don't sign up to be a part of what should be a celebration of an event. No, you want to napalm the event. If you think it's a bad event, then be like, you know what? I'm not going to be a part of the broadcast of it. Wouldn't invite me to somewhere to I guarantee Brew does speaking engagements all the time. I guarantee Brew's never gotten to the lectern and been like, this thing sucks. I can't believe I can't believe I'm here right now. I think Brew, if he thought he was going to say that, I'd be like, you know what? I will politely decline that event. So again, everything doesn't have to be all positive all the time. But I do feel like the actual game broadcasts for the fans should be promotional rather than attacking. And then if you have issues with it, save that for outside of the broadcast. So I was disappointed with that this weekend.
It's interesting. And I don't think this weekend, unless I missed it, like Barkley and Shaq and those guys weren't really bad. You know, they've been critical of the game. I like them, though. I like them. I like Draymond, but I was shocked at how far Draymond, like, I give him credit for being honest. Like you said, that's what you want him there for. But he napalmed the game. Like,
napalm.
I was stunned at that, and wouldn't be surprised. And
I felt like it set the tenor for then the conversation Monday, because I felt that the All-Star weekend, there were too many breaks and there wasn't enough basketball. But the actual games I thought were good. But I thought the conversation Monday, the die was cast that we were just going to be discussing. Everyone else was discussing how much it sucked, and I thought it started with Draymond, and I didn't.
What I'll say is and maybe they all felt the same way, but some of those guys that were on the set with him, somebody could have been like, well, hold on, they're playing a lot hard. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, giving a little adverse opinion, not just for the sake of the league, but just out of truth. Like, I would think, well, hold on, there are some positives.
So you love the game.